We're gonna start breaking down some NFL stuff. You know what I'm saying? Really get into the nitty gritty, the thicker things. You know what I'm saying? Like really get into that. You know what I'm saying? Now, wait, who playing right now? What college team playing? Miami? Oh shit. Hold on, let me see something real quick. Hold on, let me see something real quick. They got NFL and NCAA games too? They probably don't. They probably don't. Oh shit! It's on YouTube. It's free on YouTube. Is it free on YouTube or is it like? Yeah, I'm about to say. I ain't gonna hold you. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay. Alright. Cause I ain't gonna hold you. Alright, niggas talking about this on YouTube. We don't know nothing about those streams. Now look, really and truly, hold on, wait, what the fuck? Hold on. Niggas hating on Jimmy High Roller? What the fuck? Hold on, I don't know. Maybe nobody's not hating on Jimmy. Hold on. How the fuck did I get up here? Oh, I remember. Really and truly, I came here just to watch the most latest Pablo video. And then just T.I. watch.
This is JaVale McGee. Now, I bet most of you think that he's a very average player.
I mean, yeah, he is.
But what if I told you that he's actually better than Michael Jordan and LeBron James?
What? All right, this man has officially lost his mind.
And that is why JaVale McGee is the GOAT of the NBA.
I can't argue with that.
This is JaVale McGee.
Chat, we might have to get back to the main channel, bro. We might have to get the main channel back, bro. I might be washed. Cause that used to be me, dog. That used to be me. That used to be me. I used to make videos like that. That used to be me. That used to be. I'ma back it up. Oh man, that used to be me. All right. Tweaking up, man. Imagine if I was just like a nigga that smacked my fuck. Like I was smacking my shit. I just smacked my lips, my big fat lips when I was like chewing my food. Man, imagine. Real chat, whatever. Real talk chat. Real talk chat. Real talk chat. Would that really turn y'all niggas on? Would you get turned on by that? All right, we got both YouTube in and playback up. All right. This was on the docket. How far away is this game done? Can't see. Miami versus Florida. Oh shit. Shit just started. Holy fuck. Shit just started. Alright, let me knock this out real quick. So KD said the Suns snaked him. This nigga's no, he's not serious. Adam Silver, Pablo Torre, Sun snake KD. Now chat. Now chat. Can y'all still see me? All right, bet. Geeking up, tweaking, all right. Got notion. Apparently, this nigga Adam Silver was out here fucking tweaking like a tweak dog. I don't know. I need to know what happened because Adam Silver deadass. Apparently, he got caught lying.
Around February, the Suns that pretty much let the league know that I was on the market. And
how did you feel about that?
I mean, I was initially I was a little upset because I felt like we built a solid relationship, me and the Phoenix Suns, and to hear that from a different party was kind of upsetting. But that's just the name of the game. So I got over that quickly and was trying to figure out what the next steps were. And I heard Golden State was in a mix around the trade deadline. Rich, that's when Rich came into play and those relationships that we built around the league. And also planning Golden State helped, so we was able to tell them that, kind of hold off on that. And then, so since me being on the market in February, but there's also a trade deadline, it was just, people were kind of just, seeing how their seasons played out and what they needed for their teams. And we knew we would revisit that right around the summertime. And Houston kind of jumped on it, and it happened pretty fast from there. So I would say,
that sucks, but in the same note, you kind of did that to OKC. But it did what it did. It did what it did. It did what it did. You definitely did it at OKC. Niggas woke up one day and he was all the way gone. All right. I do want to talk about the Adam Silver thing just briefly, because Adam Silver had a Raquel said I have a big bag of clothes showing in the background. Y'all see that right there? Y'all see that big bag of clothes back there? Y'all see that shit? It looked like trash. God damn. Alright. Oh, my bad. I was picking up the trash. The bag. Actually, let me see how big my butt was. Hold on. Let me see how big, fat and juicy my butt was. God damn, what the fuck? Jesus Christ. Oh my, I was actually recording that. Fuck. All right, so I ain't gonna hold y'all. Knock this out quick. Adam Silver made a couple statements about a few things not too long ago. The first one was about the aspiration deal back and forth with Kawhi Leonard and the Clippers and stuff like that. What? You know what's so funny? I didn't even know my crack was out. Anyway, Adam Silver has had a couple interviews over the past couple of days now, one of which is where he said some questionable things about aspiration and then also some very questionable things about where the league stood when it comes to its arrangement between the league and the viewers in terms of the ability to actually watch the content. He is now trying to do a backtrack a little bit. You know, he tried to do a backtrack a little bit. And unfortunately, it ain't really work out too well for him. I don't think it did, but we'll see. RP to my nigga Jimmy Kimmel, dog. Jimmy Kimmel, dog. Shout out to my nigga. And then Pablo Torre actually got a shot back on ESPN. So crazy. What the hell is this?
TV doesn't do this studio justice.
What do you mean?
I mean, first of all, it's bigger than I thought it was. I could tell, but also, you got to show some shots from outside. I mean, I know. I guess are we technically still in Indianapolis or the suburbs of Indianapolis?
Well, yes, we are in the suburbs, but we are still technically in Indianapolis.
It's not like we're in like a complex with us driving me up. He goes, "That's it."
Okay. All right. Where is the interview though? Yeah, you just had an interview. Geeking out, tweaking, I cannot move my hand from this fire. MVP like Shady, don't be shy. I'm about my guys. I throw up fire, but I don't tell lies. Here you go. What? Who are these niggas? They got an interview with Stephen A. Charles Barkley. You're the most plugged in, no-name niggas I have ever seen in my lifetime. What the fuck? You know that's that Yachty shit.
Okay. Great to be back with you all. It's been a great day so far with so many conversations. Delighted to have Adam Silver here. We really appreciate you being here.
Thank you. Great to be here.
You guys have a lot going on right now at the NBA. Let's get into it from the media side. It's the first season of the new media deals. Disney and ESPN back. NBC back to being with the NBA. Amazon in. TNT out. Just talk about how you gear up for all of this and, you know, things that you look to in terms of fans being ready to see games on Amazon, ready to adjust their viewing habits to the new media rights.
Well, first of all, we're hugely enthusiastic. It was great to hear Maria talking about it. Obviously, I worked with her when she was at ESPN and now have her as a studio at NBC and Peacock. We are going to 3 national partners. We used to have 2. I enjoy the competition, and I think it's helpful. I think they, you know, as I've been dealing with all 3 partners, I think they up each other's games. As Maria said, a bunch of new faces, some faces who've been with us for a long time, but I think new energy coming into the league. This is the first time that every game is going to be streamed. I think in terms of particularly our young fan base, making the games more available as, you know, through that transition from traditional television. On the other hand, we're going from 15 to 75 broadcast exposures by adding NBC to ABC. So I think that's going to be helpful in terms of the reach for the league. And I think also we're gearing up in terms of, you know, a technological transition at the league office. I mean, we just went through a bit of a reorganization. As I've been telling my colleagues, I think we need to develop a bit of a new muscle. Sort of, we had, you know, according to Nielsen, 75 million unique Americans watch some portion of our finals, but we don't know the name of one of them. And I think as the transition in the business, it is direct to consumer, whether it's directly from us or through one of these services. And I think
so far, this is a way better way to respond than it was earlier. For those who may have forgotten, Adam Silver was basically positioned the question about how how do you effectively pay attention and monitor the hurdles that new viewers are going to have to overcome with you spreading thin viewership between different networks and platforms. And effectively, his response was, in more or less words, the soundbite that people caught on to was, this is a highlight league, and that the league is also made accessible in free avenues such as New York Times online platform, Bleacher Report, etc., etc. It was a very, 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 very bad way to respond. Someone actually just put the shit in the chat. Hold on. Here it is.
Essentially consume free. I mean, there's a huge amount of our content that people can essentially consume for free. I mean, this is very much a highlights-based sport, so, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, you name it, any service, the New York Times for that matter, to the extent that your content is not behind a paid firewall. There's an enormous amount of content out there. YouTube, by another example, that is advertising-based, that consumers can consume.
Who's ever editing this video, up the fucking audio, bump that shit up. But yeah, that's effectively what he said. 2-for-1 actually gave us the link with the timestamp on it, so I'm gonna double check that real quick. And apparently in his clip he backtracks a little bit. Well, I don't know. Matter of fact, I'm gonna try to give Adam Silver as much benefit of the doubt, not gonna lie. But effectively, nigga said there's TikTok, IG, YouTube, where you can just watch this shit for free. So let's see how he finagles his way out of this.
Need to understand who our fans are, how we're going to better serve them, and also what streaming allows us to do is personalize and customize these telecasts so we can reach fans individually, and to the extent they want more data, they want merchandise, they want more angles, they want different languages, different approaches to the games.
Who wants more merchandise? Have y'all ever watched an NBA game and you said, man, I really wish a nigga was selling me more merchandise while I was watching this game? I really would love to see more merchandise. That's the one thing I've thought about. I need headbands, jerseys, shoes. I need more merchandise sold to me. Bobbleheads. I need all that shit. You're losing me, nigga.
We're going to be able to do all those things.
I'm glad you talk about technology. I was on this stage a year ago with Mark Lazarus, the chairman of NBC, and something he said really stuck with me. We were talking about streamers getting in, and I said these tech companies that, they're just tech companies, are increasingly in the room when we're bidding for live rights. And he said, I still think we have an advantage over them because we have the broadcast arm. And increasingly, I'm not sure that's true. I'm not sure that the broadcast does have an advantage because it seems like it's just about the biggest bidder, and you bring an Amazon in, and Amazon kind of steals that third package.
Wow, really great question. So how are you going to respond? Because what he said is a fact. If whoever got enough money you're done. So broadcast or cable TV or not, if you are able to bring the bag, that's who they're going to conform to. So let's see what this nigga got to say.
I wouldn't say it's just about the biggest check or bidder. I mean, I think as we look at the landscape now with the capabilities of three partners, Disney, ESPN, been with us for over 20 years, knows the league well. ESPN has, an important part is an important position as part of the television sports landscape. Amazon is a newer entrant, as Maria was saying, returning to the tradition of NBC. I also, I think if I were Mark, part of what I would add to his answer, and we talked about this when we were negotiating with Comcast, I forget the exact number, but they present themselves as having 8,000 engineers globally who work on Peacock. And, I was over in Paris watching the coverage following basketball, but also when I was back in the United States, was using Peacock and looking at the way they were laying out all the different.
Adam Silver is a professional yapper. That nigga has not answered this question. He has not said a fucking thing. He has said literally nothing. Nothing. You have said absolutely nothing. You cannot sit here and say that it's not to the highest bidder, try to then pivot into the legacy and tenure of ESPN and Disney, but then don't want to provide any answer to the newcomer in the building that took away the legacy and tenure in TNT, and that is Amazon. You're not talking about that at all.
Competitions, the navigation to them, the discovery, the different approaches. So to me, they are very much a technology company now, and I know that's the way Brian Roberts looks at it. And I think the transition that Bob Iger, when he returned to Disney, I think he was very much acknowledged publicly that they needed to go through innovation and development phase to become more like Netflix in many ways, that they had fallen behind from a technology standpoint. And then obviously Amazon, no one, knows technology better than that company. So it's, you do need that blend, I think, of media and technology. And part of my response to your initial question, I don't want to be Pollyannish about it, that there's going to be disruption for our fans. Those who are, used to finding our games on TNT or, don't know how to get to games on Amazon Prime, or even when you go to Prime, what that even means from a brand standpoint. No, and I do too. And I think that, and I recognize that I'm going to be sitting on some stage a few months from now and people are going to be complaining and saying you have 3 partners now, it's hard to find the games. So it's incumbent on us. And like, for example, we're going to be promoting the fact that, through our free app, the NBA app, it's going to be a front door to all those services. So, as opposed to going to Google to find our games, we can say, go to the app. You of course, need to be a subscriber to Peacock and ESPN and Amazon, but you will be able to get to the games directly there. And I think over time, the technology will make that much easier. I mean, I would just say, I remember when we went through this, all those years ago when we left NBC and everybody said the sky is falling and you're don't have the same amount of broadcast exposures anymore. That's worked out fine. And even, the point too about, even as I'm sitting here saying, isn't it wonderful?
So why did you go back? So why would you go back then? Why would you then go back? I'm not even a massive advocator for TNT, but why? Why would you then go back? But I feel like we're getting close to the answer that I'm trying to get to.
We're going from 15 to 75 broadcasters, and certainly for my generation, broadcast television defined big events. Not so sure, I can tell you that's not the case for younger consumers who maybe see NBC and ABC as just another cable channel. And so, and if you say, well, that's on NBC, their reaction, well, where's that? I'm watching programming through my phone. So things are changing quickly, but I think what we're seeing in the marketplace, we saw it in our national negotiations, and again, with 3 different partners and other bidders as well, is that there's, to me, increasing separation between premium live sports programming and almost everything else. That, from an economic standpoint, it's the most powerful programming for advertisers. I think it increasingly differentiates.
This nigga is the supreme yapper.
It's recently about kind of the fragmentation, the number of different...
Okay, here we go.
You were asked about this just recently about kind of the fragmentation, the number of different places that games will run. This is the quote that kind of came out and was very picked apart. This is an ongoing issue for the league. There's a huge amount of our content people consume for free. This is very much a highlights-based sport. Want to clarify that?
Yeah, I honestly, probably don't have the question with you. I mean, the question... a portion of the question, the end of the question, was about the impact of social media. That's what I was answering on our sport. And what I was saying in a very positive way, and I don't think I think it's additive to those who watch our games live and increases the likelihood that they'll watch our games live. By saying highlights-based, I meant, when I watch the traditional sports center, and they have the top 10 plays, and 5 of those are NBA plays, I'm like, yeah, I'm not thinking like, oh, damn, like more highlights are being promoted from our league. I mean, conventionally, the reaction that was like, that's really good. It's a live game full of highlights. I mean, by definition, highlights aren't necessarily past tense. I mean, like when the NBA games are packed with action, and I guess it was misconstrued, but the point I was trying to make is that there is this community of social media followers, frankly, globally estimated at roughly around 2.5 billion people connect with the NBA in some way. Any brand, any programming source would love to have those 2.5 billion people. Now, I think the challenge for the league office, and this is something I've been talking a lot about with my colleagues internally, is how do we then ensure that we're converting a highlights-based fan, for example, to a live game viewer? By no means we don't want it to be a substitute. We're not going to probably have, especially because of time zone issues when you're a global sport, it's going to be highly unlikely that everywhere in the middle of the night, people are going to be stopping and watch our games. But to me, it's something, as I said, that like now that with these incredibly exciting moments, how do we demonstrate to our fans that they don't want to miss them live? And I think part of it, as we've been talking to those three partners, and ESPN is revamping what they're doing through their direct-to-consumer business, is how do we make our telecast that much more engaging? And again, there's the competition among them, even though they have different games, I think, to, who's going to do the best job. We have a innovation arm at the NBA, really through NBA Entertainment that I used to run, where we're developing best practices that we think we can bring them, some AI-based, some, using, next generation stats and everything else that we can help engage those viewers. But ultimately, in a competitive marketplace, back to the personalization I was talking about earlier, we have to find new ways to engage those fans as you have unlimited options, because it's, put aside NBA highlights for a second. There's a reason that YouTube is now the #1 source of video programming right now, because the variety, the selection is incredible. And I'm not talking about YouTube TV, I'm just talking about YouTube. And so, sure, I don't want to take away some of our programming from YouTube, because I think it's teaser programming to watch the games live. But, so I accept that what I said was misconstrued. I certainly didn't intend it that way. Again, I think that it's a positive thing that there's so many highlights in every game. But I guess to completely clarify, those are highlights that ideally we'd like people to consume live, not after the fact.
And so how the fuck do you do it? Oh my, not gonna lie, chat, that's a bunch of nothing. The attempt to, so I want everybody to understand the original question, the premise of the original question that was asked was specifically about how is it that you get people to now tune into basketball games, especially at a rising cost that's now going to be divided amongst multiple platforms that will further increase the cost of watching these games. And sure, social media might have been a part of that question. But at the end of the day, you pivoting and leaning into a highlight-based entity, when be very mindful, chat, that the NBA doesn't actually produce the highlights in terms of social media. The NBA does not. Not saying that the NBA account doesn't push out highlights. Not to say that TNT does not push out highlights. Not to say that. But majority of the highlights that are being pushed out are from independent entities, people who are not even really associated with the NBA. So those are things that you don't even have to fucking do. You don't have to do that. That's not left up to you. Those are other people who are doing some of the caring that you're now saying reaches out to nearly 2 billion people. So that's nothing that you have to worry about. That shit will happen organically. The question is, what the fuck are you going to do? What are you going to do? And if you're telling me the answer is AI and analytics, my nigga, and we talked, I don't know if we upload the video. If not, I'll make sure that shit is up on the screen. That shit that y'all been doing, the VR shit, putting over people's head, and you think that's what's going to convert people? You know what's going to convert people, bro? Lower the prices. You know what's going to convert people? Make it as accessible as possible. You know what's going to convert people? Make that shit easy to find, not splitting it up against 3 or 4 or 5 different platforms. That's what's going to make it easily to convert. But half of this shit you talked about, the NBA really ain't even responsible for. The only nigga that the NBA as a large has directly got associated with that came from an entity such as YouTube, as you said. I'm happy you shined a great light on YouTube. Nigga, it's Ben Taylor from Thinking Basketball and Kenny who got linked up with BR than ESPN. That's it. It's just those two. That's it. Now, shout out to them. amazing content creators. I think those two in particular, in my opinion, I have to do a Mount Rushmore. I think they have to be on the Mount Rushmore of NBA content creators, right? But that's really it. If you want to throw Jesser in there, fine. But that's really it. That's really it. That's it. But again, those are independent entities where the lift for many of them isn't that steep for you all to interact with them, because that's all you have to do. And also be very, very, very mindful. Oh yeah, Mr. Beast. You're right, 2 for 1, and Mr. Beast. And also be very, very mindful throughout my time creating content on YouTube for now going on 10 years. A good portion of that 10 years, you all were actively making it more difficult to upload content and not highlight content that leaned a bit more analytically, content that did way more deep diving and celebrating of the sport. You all actively made it more difficult. But 2 for 1 said it gets worse.
It's a news conference. Let's talk about the Clippers and Kawhi and aspiration and this $28 million endorsement deal, $300 million sponsorship deal that this company had with the team. You guys have announced an investigation. These things take a long time. But meanwhile, there's a slow drip or maybe a quick flood of additional news all the time. My old Time Inc. colleague Pablo Torre has been reporting on this a lot. Where do things currently stand? And as each piece of information comes out, how do you assess it all?
Number one, I'd say in almost all the investigations we've done since I've been at the NBA, certainly the bigger ones, the media plays a large part in them. As we are seeing in this investigation here, it began with Pablo and his podcast. This was not something that was on our radar to even be thinking about, and whether it should or shouldn't be. And when this concludes, we'll take a fresh look at our rules in terms of companies that players are investing in and owners. We have rules now. We have lines, but there's not a complete prohibition. It's based on the amount each owns in those entities. So, but the values are getting much higher. The world's getting more complicated. Those are things that we're going to look at. But one of the things that in some ways we're the beneficiary in these investigations when they become public. Pablo, for example, has numerous anonymous sources. Some of them may choose to come forward. Some of them may choose to speak to other media outlets. Some may choose to be on the record. There are some news organizations that pay for news content. But I'm just saying in some of our investigations, they've been broken because people have chosen to sell video and do other things there. So that media coverage becomes part of the investigation. So the drip you reference, sure, we have, right down the street from Wachtell, that does our investigations. They follow the news as well. It doesn't mean that, obviously, that we take at face value anything we hear, see, or read. That's what the investigation is for. And in some ways, the tactics they follow are not all that different than often what an investigative reporter would do. On the other hand, government has ultimate power that we don't have to subpoena, et cetera, in investigations, but we have certain league powers, certainly over anyone who is an actor within the league, a player, an owner, a team, et cetera. When you sign up to be an owner in this league, you acknowledge that you are going to comply, as Steve Ballmer has said he is, and is fully complying, but whether it's your emails, your texts, or whatever else, internal documents. So yes, this investigation will take time. We want to be as completely thorough as possible, and it's my sense from being involved in these things in the past, we will get to the bottom of this. These are real people out there who did whatever deals they did. My sense is that we will bring whatever resources we need to bear on this investigation. I don't know anything more yet, as I've been very public about. It's not just because Steve Ballmer is an owner in the league. I'd be saying this about anybody who's accused of anything. I'm a lawyer. I believe in due process. I believe in fairness. And so we will be thorough, but we will begin with a presumption of innocence, not a presumption of guilt, is what I keep reading about, and then we will follow the facts.
I think what's hard for people to understand in all this, and, Ballmer has said, basically, I was hoodwinked. It was a fraudulent company, and this company, had executives that have been prosecuted, and it went bankrupt. He has said that. You have said you hadn't heard of Aspiration before. But a $300 million deal with the team, the team was going to be like a jersey patch sponsor. They had Aspiration on the back of the courtside seats. I think Pablo...
Just to be clear, I'm not sure if I said I never... If I said I never heard of it, I meant in the context of the accusations here. I mean, I certainly was aware of the brand, but I didn't know anything
Got it, yes, because I think just...
Okay. That was one of the more interesting statements that you made, where you said you never even heard of Aspiration. Nah, but facts. Nah, facts. Nah, facts. Nah, facts. Facts, though. Facts. I'm so happy you now have your memories gotten jogged. Nah, facts, dog. Facts. Facts. Wait, what's this?
In what sort of a spot does this Ballmer investigation put Silver?
I believe this is the biggest test of Adam Silver's tenure as commissioner. And I say that knowing that there are other candidates, but he came in with Donald Sterling. That was, in retrospect, an easy call. Documentary evidence, a tape. In 3 days, they said, banned for life. This, poetically almost bookending that, Ballmer coming in because of that, Ballmer now being at the heart of a story, Tony, in which he poured in $118 million over 18 months, tracking alongside secret payments no one knew about to Kawhi Leonard that total $28 million in a no-show endorsement contract and $20 million more in a stock deal that he was signed to. We're talking about $48 million outside of the cap, paid by the richest owner in all of sports. And so the question for Adam Silver, to be blunt about this, is, do the rules matter? You're a steward of integrity. The inconsistency of commentary around what you knew, and in honor of Robert Redford this week, what did you know and when did you know it? That question applies to the commissioner in terms of how he himself has been presented, as well as the investigation, which has taken, for me, many sources and 3,000 pages of documents.
So this is your story. I applaud that. I know very little about it. I know there are no-show jobs all over the world. But if this is provable, you have to throw the book at the Clippers. I will say this. I thought of something that Adam Silver said last week. He said the burden of proof is not on the Clippers to establish their innocence. It's on the league to establish their guilt, if there is guilt. And I get that.
You did say that.
Innocent until proven guilty. That is the American judicial system. And that's fine. But, and here's my but, the NBA is not the FBI. Okay? I wonder about how aggressive they're going to be in conducting this investigation, because they have interest in this. And it just seems to me that Adam Silver would like to see all of this go away. I wonder how you feel about that.
And I don't know, probably, but I want to say this.
Holy fuck! Oh my god!
What happened?
I didn't know you joined.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, chat. What people need to understand when referring to this whole situation, I agree with Pablo said. This right here, this and how Adam Silver navigates through this new subsection of consumption, regardless if that's through television, cable, broadcast, or now streaming. How he navigates these next 10 years and this scandal will be the defining factor of who Adam Silver is and eventually was as a commissioner. This will be it. This is his legacy. The Donald Sterling stuff, that was a layup. The COVID situation, that was really the players' decision. Everything kind of leading up to where we are right now, it's this is the moment. You cannot keep defaulting to our ratings are dropping, but hey, look at what we're doing overseas. No. Everybody else's ratings have gone back up. They've seen some of the best numbers that they have seen over the past 5 to 7 years. That's including MLB and NFL. Every other, and even NHL, every other sport at this point has been able to gracefully, in some way or matter, what the heck? Gracefully, one way or another, they have gracefully been able to pivot from one era of greatness to a next. Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, Ray Lewis, all of them, to where we are right now. Shout out to Lamar Jackson. Shout out to fuck. I thought I was on a roll. I was on a roll right now. Fuck. I was on no. Patty Mahomes. Josh Allen. They've all been able to pivot.
Brock Purdy.
He almost got me there. He almost got me. Now you almost got me. Same with MLB. Chipper Jones. CC Sabathia. Derek Jeter. Rodriguez. That's crazy. A-Rod, Alex Rodriguez. Because that's a crazy thing. For me to just say Rodriguez sounds crazy. That sounds nuts. To the stars that we have today.
Ramirez.
Y'all know who they are. But, bro, the NBA, the NBA is struggling to make that transition.
Ohtani, Soto.
Soto, yeah. Ohtani, yeah.
Yeah, Judge.
Judd, yeah. But the NBA is struggling to make that transition, and it's not to say that there aren't any up and coming stars, but they're not even touching the fucking surface as a LeBron, as a Kobe, as a Jordan, as a Shaq. Fuck, they're not even KD, Curry. They're not Magic Bird. There's nowhere near close to the level of fanfare, awareness, none of that shit. So this is going to be it. This is what's going to define Adam Silver's legacy. Are you going to be known as the person, the commissioner, that was willing to conform and bend to the knee of owners and players, so much so that there is overwhelming evidence that Steve Ballmer potentially was paying Kawhi Leonard under the table, allegedly, circumventing the salary cap, and you're not going to give him any punishment at all? Because with the amount of evidence that Pablo has provided, it's damning. It's crazy. It's massive. So are you going to continue to allow that to happen, or are you going to step up to the plate and make a call, lay the hammer down? And also, at some point, you're going to have to address ratings dropping. At some point, you're going to have to address that you got a bunch of players who don't give a fuck about All-Star Game. At some point, you're going to have to address that the salary cap situation that y'all have decided to put in place, I don't think is really working. And quite frankly, with this new first and second tax apron, it kind of defeats the whole fucking purpose of a Supermax anyway. These are certain things you're going to have to start addressing. Because right now, if we being honest with ourselves, nigga, your legacy is living off the coattails of David Stern and LeBron playing 20 fucking plus years. That's your legacy right now. Let's keep it all the way a bean. That's your legacy. So we're going to need answers. We're going to need answers real quick.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. His interview gave me the impression that he really doesn't actually have a full understanding
He
of
doesn't.
like a lot of things that are going on.
Yeah, like not even remotely close.
Which is fairly concerning.
It's kind of disappointing too. I feel as if like he got gifted the league because I think he came in like 2016.
15.
Yeah, he 15.
Oh, I think 14, 15 around there.
14. He came in right after the lockout. He came in right when LeBron was still in Miami, then transitioned to back to Cleveland. Curry is on the rise. He came in the league that he was gifted. The league that he was gifted was amazing. Yes, he got gifted some Russ triple-double, Harden exploding, KD goes to OKC. The first thing Golden State. The first thing that this nigga does, the first thing that happens under his watch is a massive spike in the salary cap that is so hard to comprehend that KD effectively gets the decision to just sign anywhere he wants to, basically defeating the whole purpose of a salary cap. Then we're now at potentially the worst CBA ever. Viewership has gone down, and you sat back and just watched niggas just trash left and right the next generation of stars. And for whatever reason, you just thought Zion and Embiid was going to be the next face, and them niggas can't stay on the court. Ben Simmons going to be the next face, and he can't stay on the floor. You got to get it together. Got to get it together. You got to get it together. No way that we're this deep in Shea's career, and you just not giving this nigga a Christmas game. No way. No way. There's just literally no fucking way. No way. Kawhi, John Morant, all these niggas getting a whole bunch of games. No. Y'all, and I challenge many of you all to just go back and go look at like the TV schedule, the national TV games in the mid-2000s. David Stern did not give a fuck how popular Allen Iverson was. He knew who LeBron was, nigga. He didn't give a fuck about Vince Carter. He didn't give a fuck about Jason Kidd. He didn't give a damn about. If you go back and go look at the mid-2000s, bro, the Cavs had just as many national TV games as the Lakers and Knicks. That nigga did not give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck what nobody else did. LeBron came, nigga, we're sucking him off. Wade, Melo, yep, we're going to keep pushing. Why Wemby isn't on every fucking night, I don't know. He should be on every night back. I don't give a fuck about injuries. He wasn't preparing for him to be on every night anyway. Wemby should be on every single night. Every night. So now we're being unrealistic. I ain't gonna lie, Mars. You have to. I used to have the website. I used to have the website, bro. You'd be surprised. You'd be surprised how often he had LeBron on more than the Spurs, more than Vince Carter went to go play with Jason Kidd. This nigga David Stern was like, give LeBron 5 more. Give him 5 more. So as soon as Vince Carter, it was getting some word around, and you're quitting while you're in Toronto? Don't worry. I got another nigga to replace you. Don't worry. Give some more to Miami. Give more to Miami. Then when Melo, because Melo has said this before, then when Melo was hanging around the wrong crew of people when he first got in the league, David Stern said, in my office now, nigga. Sat him down and said, hey. You fucking up the money, my nigga. You fucking this up. Cut all that shit. Cut that out. Nigga, I'm moving $1 billion empire, nigga. I ain't gonna have your little hood rat friends fuck this up for me, nigga. Now get the fuck out of my office.
I'm not gonna lie. I rewatched the Malice at the Palace doc. I don't remember. It was a little bit ago, but like the level of just no BS that David Stern had in a lot of those like interviews and hearings. They were asking him because Ron Artest got suspended for the entire season. I think it was like 80 games or something like that. And someone asked him, you know, what was the decision?
Anyway, long story.
What did the vote for that look like? And he said it was unanimous. It was 1-0.
1-0. 1-0 is crazy.
I was like, oh, okay. So that's how he moved.
Yeah, that's how we running around here. Yeah, 1-0, nigga. They ain't nobody else. Oh, this is the mellow story.
Anyway, long story short, David Stern suspend me out of everybody 15 games. Everybody else got like 6 games, 7 games, shit like that. And I go speak to him like, why you do me like that?
What did he tell you?
Man, your rap sheet.
A rap sheet? Man.
Look.
NBA rap sheet.
NBA shit. You want to be in the streets or you want to be in the NBA?
This is what he told you.
This is what, in his office. You want to be in the streets or you want to be in the NBA? You fucking with a corporation now.
You doing stop snitching.
You gonna leave. You gonna leave that alone. I know who you with. I know where you live at. I know where they live at. I know when you close your eyes. I know when you wake up.
Damn.
So I'm like, you know, and I know what they doing. He's telling me I know what they doing. Either tell them to stop or you got to cut them off. And I'm like, damn, like how the fuck?
He wasn't playing with that nigga. He let it be known. It's a corporation now. We in a billion convo right now. Sit that fuck shit down, nigga. Get the fuck out my office. I'm done talking to you. You're gonna be a street nigga or a ball player. And I know for a fact David Stern would do the same thing with Ja. You be a street player or NBA. What you wanna do? Huh? What you wanna do? Nigga, I'm pushing billions around here, nigga. We overseas with this money. Nigga. I don't give a fuck about what you and your little niggas in Memphis doing. I don't give a fuck about that shit. So which one is gonna be? I had you pack the fuck out of here like I did every other little ass nigga before you, nigga. What the fuck you want to do? Now get the fuck out of my office, man. Don't let me hear you. I don't want to hear none of that shit no more. Running around with a fucking light in your fucking pocket on social media like a dumbass. Get the fuck out of my office. That's how that nigga was moving. All right. Oh. Is Gil streaming?
I think so.
No, Gil just texted me and said, "Yo, what we doing?" Oh, he's streaming. He's streaming where? He's streaming on playback. Oh, he's streaming on playback
behind closed doors, right? But they.
All right, he's streaming on playback. All right. No, I saw what you said, Raquel. It's just that after you said that. After you said that, he texted me. He said, "What you doing? We live." Now, Chad, I can do a couple of things. I could go over there and troll them niggas, and be like, "Dad, big Pat Bev running his mouth again." Patty LaBev at it again. I could spark it up again. It'll be by far the nastiest shit. Hold on, let me see. Zaydog gave us a tweet. Chat. Oh shit. Big Jordan. Oh shit. Oh shit. Oh shit. What y'all know about stepping out, huh? What y'all know about stepping out like this, huh? What y'all know about stepping out, huh? What y'all know about that, huh? Big drench. What y'all know about that, huh, nigga? Huh? All right.
No, you go. You don't even know me out.
Goodbye, sir. Oh, somebody help him.
God don't like ugly.
Oh, he done hurt himself. Somebody help him.
Nobody over there too, so everybody looking at your dumb ass. Nah, this nigga tore an Achilles. Oh man, he tore an Achilles, chat. Oh man. Also, chat. Make sure y'all cancel your Disney Plus. D3 says, "Low, do you let people up to speak?" Yeah. Are you? This is over on YouTube. Are you on D3? Are you on YouTube playback?
What?
D3. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Raquel said he only paid $2. He can't speak. Oh my god. Oh my god.
What the fuck are these replies? Are these bots? They gotta be bots.
I've been thinking about that racial comment Patty made about Trey, and it's so much funnier given the country he decides to play for. Oh man, isn't he trying to play for Israel? Ah man.
Ah man, the bombs went off, so he's out of there.
Oh man.
That's what he said. He said, "Hey man, first bomb I hear, I'm out."
Guess he ain't gonna stay that long then. That was tough. Yeah, he ain't gonna play too long.
I still can't believe he edited that video like that.
D3, if you're only on YouTube, you would either need to go to if you wanted to talk to me, you either have to go to playback, or you would have to go to on Discord, one of the two. Who is the nigga in the chat with us right now, Denver?
Legend of Diddy.
Okay.
Yo.
Okay. Legend of Diddy, why are you here?
I'm trying to see oil up, brother.
You trying to what? What'd you say?
What?
What did you just say?
What? Sorry, I couldn't hear you. My mic was lagging.
What did you just say?
Time to oil up, brother.
You said all up? Nigga, get out of here. Get out of here. No. Yeah, that's a no. That's a no.
Report comes out the next morning, instead of Molly showing up to work, she puts out an Instagram post. And in that Instagram post, you guys remember, one thing she didn't mention was anybody by name, including Stephen A. Smith. Now I've left a show or two before, and trust me, you're going to name some names when you leave that. Just think about Shannon Sharp when he left Undisputed. Really don't. And that's also, and to
I ain't gonna lie, I'm not gonna listen to 9 minutes of nigga not saying nothing.
Native, 12.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, chat. I dead ass think I'm gonna buy a Jeff T jersey with no drawers. And or Jeff T, yeah, I'm gonna do T time, bro. I'm gonna wear a Jeff T jersey, nothing but black Air Force Ones and black socks. Absolutely. 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 Y'all niggas know what team time is, man? Oh my god. Daily time is crazy. Nah, daily time is crazy. Daily time is crazy. Ah, man. I ain't gonna lie, chat. We might have to go instigate. Because I just checked and I saw Brandon Jennings. He's up there too. He's on the stage. Man. Hold on. Raquel is telling me not to do it, chat. So I might have to sleep on the couch for tonight. Just for y'all, man.
Oh, wow.
Ayo, make sure y'all like up the streams. Make sure y'all hit the follow button and sub up. Because I'm definitely about to be sleeping on the couch. Just for y'all, man. Just for y'all. Now, hold on. Denver, I'm going to go to playback. I'm going to stream off playback. All right. Say less. Y'all can hear me, right? Y'all hear me, right? Y'all hear me? Put a one in the chat if you hear me. Put that one in there. Put that one in there. Yeah, put that in there. Put that one in there. Yeah. All right, nigga saying 6-7. All right.
Dumbest trend of all time.
All right. I did not mean to do that over there. All right. Cause I know this nigga BJ got something to say. I know Brandon Jennings got something to say. It is a nigga that I could bet on. It is a nigga I could bank on to really get some shit going. I know my nigga BJ got something to say about it.
Oh, D3 requested up.
Oh, bet. Sure. All right, hold on, let's hear D3 at first. Yo. What up with you, my nigga?
Yo. Oh, y'all hear me?
Yeah, we hear you.
I just wanted to speak on the Jordan situation real quick. I just want to say, Jordan. Jordan. You are a sick nigga. Especially when I want to preface this and say, nigga, when you came on to Player's Choice, the first thing you started talking about is, nigga, you started saying, oh, I train the youth, I do it for the youth so they don't have to be in the streets, they don't have to do nothing violent, sell drugs, da-da-da-da-da-da-da. You said that. And now you come on the internet to be a fucking bully and promote violence, the same thing you try to tell the youth not to do. Nigga, you are a cancer. And I want to say, nigga, we don't need you on Player Choice no more, my nigga. We don't need none of that. We don't need ticket to point 2, nigga. We don't need that. We don't need ticket again, nigga. So you, my nigga, you a sick fuck. It makes perfect sense why you and Penn are friends. Every time you stream, he on there. Every time he streams, you on there. He's a lame duck bitch, and you's a lame duck bitch too. So it makes all the perfect sense. But yeah, that's all I had to say. I gotta get back to work though. But fuck you, fuck you, Jordan. I just wanted to say that.
All right,
Anyway,
man.
Peace and prosperity to y'all. Low key doing your thing. Love you niggas.
For sure, man. D3, man. Fuck. I don't even know what. I didn't know. I did not instigate that. I didn't even know what the fuck he was about to say. I did not instigate that. No. I did not instigate that.
He said I gotta go back to work, but fuck you.
Fuck. Okay. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. I don't know what Jordan be saying for y'all to be doing that. I don't know what he be saying, bro. I know he be bugging out on the timeline. I guess I just don't know. I don't know. I just don't know. On PC, he's very bad. Man. It's bad. Damn. That nigga is MAGA is crazy. Arch. Oh, fuck. Okay. Okay. I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know he was about to say anything. Now, chat, it's a couple things. And to my people on YouTube as well, it's a couple things. I feel as if, like, how long we've been in for an hour already. I got the video I was going to do. The other Pablo video, I don't really think it's that big of a deal. I don't think it's that big of a deal. It's some new information out there basically outlining even more money he gave to Kawhi. But I don't think it's that big of a deal. And plus, I was going to make one more big video outlining everything. And I was going to spend maybe another 30 minutes to an hour on here reacting to the Pablo episode. But I could very much so end this stream and go to Gilbert's stream and do the biggest troll job of all time. Because I know for a fact, I know for a fitty fact that nigga Brandon Jennings wants to get some shit off. I know for a fact he does. I know he does. I know he does. I know he does. Playback chat saying go. People on YouTube say keep streaming it. Is Gil recording? Is Gil recording? I mean, is Gil streaming on YouTube? Raquel just reminded me of something. She was like, text him. I'll be forgetting I dead ass don't have this nigga's. I'll be acting like I don't have his number and stuff. Now, Cupcake 321 does say keep streaming. Thank you, Cupcake. Thank you, Cupcake. That means you really like me for me. Thank you, Cupcake. Yeah, I got you, Keenan. I'm gonna respond to the email. Here go this nigga Bruce talking about being. Hold on, wait. Hold on. What does it say? Based on the lack of respect that China has shown the world's market, I am hereby raising the tariff charge to China by the United States to 125%, effective immediately. At some point, hopefully in the near future, China will realize that the days of ripping off the USA and other countries is no longer sustainable or acceptable. Conversely, and based on the fact that more than 75 countries have called representatives of the United States, including Department of Commerce, treasurers, and the USTR, to negotiate a solution to the subject being discussed. This is not Trump talking. First of all, this is a fake account. But
I don't know what happened, but I just locked back in and what am I hearing right now?
Because this is apparently Jordan responded to this. Jordan is saying, I've been quietly paying attention, waiting for Trump to use some of his tactics for his Art of the Deal book. And I must admit, this was brilliant. To raise the tariff 125% while allowing others to import at 10% lower rates is genius. Fuck. I think he trolling. Yeah, we better go troll. Okay, he's only streaming on playback. All right, so if we end it here, y'all have to go to his stream. Okay, what I'm gonna do is this. To the niggas on playback, to the niggas on YouTube. To the niggas on YouTube, we're gonna put the link in the chat for y'all. To the niggas on YouTube, we're gonna put the link in the chat for y'all. And we're gonna end the stream. Y'all have to kind of go over there. What up to y'all on YouTube? Ronnie, I can't really. The way that it works, it's like too many like streams will be up at one time for me to looks like a lot of people need to shut the hell up because once again Trump made you look like idiots, but you'll be too stubborn to admit it because somebody has convinced you that he's the first and most evil man on the planet. I'm not surprised though. Fuck.
You gotta drop subtle. This is about Pat Bev and Gil's show. Pat Insecurity gonna respond. No, especially considering the fact that you've had him on your channel before. Sneak dissing Pat Bev would be crazy.
Well, I've already dissed him in 2 videos.
Oh.
All right, chat. We're gonna go over there real quick. I'm gonna troll for the next 30 minutes. And Gil just responded. He said, "Yeah, okay." We're gonna go over there. If y'all want to see it, I'm gonna record it as well, just in case if you